What's up, everybody? I'm TJ.
And I'm Kelsey, and we are
the Nashville Wine Duo. We are here. Right?
We are
right,
here.
Babe? We are here.
We're here with Megan.
Our good old friend Megan.
And a bottle of Pinot Noir from Trader Joe's, the Santa Rita Hills Reserve for $9.99. We are drinking on this. We're outside, so if the sound sounds a little different, it's because we're outside. There's a really, really stupid dog next door. I'm just being honest. If it's loud, it might be really crazy loud.
Birds.
Yeah, there's a lot of birds.
Well, you guys are in nature.
Mosquito bites.
All right,
all things happening.
Let's put this into perspective. We're outside in God's country.
Do you get
There's gonna be noises.
by bugs easy?
I didn't think so, but the South has been surprising.
Oh my gosh.
So
it's horrible for me.
They like you for some reason.
No, like I'll get bit and
I mean,
like
I
you see how
you,
big it gets? They get like the size of like a freaking quarter.
oh,
They just swarmed you.
Okay, I don't have it bad then.
I think it really bad. It's horrible for me.
Oh,
yeah, like really hurts. Okay, I'm just gonna stop talking about it because I'll just keep thinking about itching it.
Don't itch it.
But anyway, we brought Megan back on because she's just one of our dear friends and she loves wine, and we had so much fun with her last time, and the Johnny Depp and the Amber Heard trial ended, and Megan was very fascinated and really loved this trial, like most of America did, and the world, I guess.
Yeah.
So what are your final thoughts on the trial?
Yeah. Well, I was stuck inside for the last week of that trial because of COVID, so I got some huge viewing time, and I guess essentially I listened to probably too many podcasts while also simultaneously watching the episodes or watching
angles.
YouTube Live. yeah, and like watching all these specialists go through the different, topics of the trial, and it kind of seemed as though Johnny wasn't necessarily going to win. Like, practically speaking, even our friend Jessie, who's getting her law degree right now, it just didn't seem very feasible because he was making these 6 different counts, but like several of the claims are very definitive, like, I didn't abuse entirely, that kind of stuff. That's when things get like blurry and messy. How can you fully prove that? So it didn't seem necessarily that he would win. I think if anything, I thought, well, he's just getting his name cleared for the most part, because a lot of people seem to be siding with him just watching through this. So, hey, good for him. But, I mean, ultimately, and I think most people in the world right now know, he technically won. I'm saying that in quotation marks. He got the majority, I should say, of the counts towards him. So that worked out well. But the jury did... Hello, dog. The jury did side with Amber on at least a couple.
Yeah.
From what I remember, the biggie being that Johnny's old lawyer made that statement that she was claiming proved defamation for her, and the jury did side with her on that, so she got a couple million. But I think it was just kind of astounding overall. Like, she did produce like a lot of evidence, or according to her, and they still sided with him. I was honestly kind of shocked. Like, I wanted that outcome. At the same time, though, I was pretty amazed. Like, they pulled out like all the stops for that trial. Specifically, I mean, her team. They were ready to go.
I know.
We're laughing.
Like, seriously, it just sucks. I'm like, this dog is horrible. TJ's giving me the face like he wants to stop it for a minute.
Yeah, I think it's all going to be dog barking.
Okay, we can stop it for a second. They took the dog outside. For now, from what we know.
For now.
TJ was
vein of my
making
existence.
Yes.
Just wanted to climb
Anyway,
over the fence.
yeah, I think you were talking about the trial, and just like, I think a lot of people were kind of surprised that Amber Heard. They were surprised. You were saying people thought like they didn't think Johnny was going to win, but then the public kind of, I feel like, loved or on his side, and then and then it was like, oh well, Amber kind of in a way won some stuff too. But overall, I kind of think like the verdict is that Johnny came up for the better.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I think, I mean, if you're looking at the public, everyone loved him. He would have won based on the public.
Yeah.
However, they did have a good jury. You know, as much as I love him as well, I was trying to be as unbiased as possible. Freaking being stuck inside for, like, days on end. I'm watching, I'm like, wow, actually, she had some really good points. They had some great people that they brought on. Also some very weird people, like the psychologists are talking about.
Yeah.
Look at his lips and tongue and whatever weird stuff.
So you thought her and her legal team did a good job overall?
I actually think they did. I don't think
Okay.
that they were trying to pull one over us. I think that they really were just trying to find as much evidence as possible. I thought they did pretty good, but I also think Johnny's team did an incredible job too. I just thought, as a whole, you know, if I was a jury person and I had to try to be as unbiased as possible, looking at the information she presented, she kind of seemed like maybe she would win just based on his intense accusations. Not necessarily that she would win that full countersuit, but just that she would maybe win the majority.
I just don't think she was very believable.
Oh, not at all, but like,
Yeah.
but if you're trying to just strictly find the facts, I thought, well, maybe actually she would win based on this.
You mean
because-
facts that she didn't lie about?
Correct. I'm talking about some of her witnesses that came in
Okay.
and they all had about the same story. So to me, that was very believable. But then when you would watch Amber, her facial expressions and her, like, disjointed sentences, like she would stop in the middle of sentences and it just didn't feel believable at all. It definitely felt like put on, or just like I was talking with you, TJ, about how the lady that would analyze like her body language, she would just say, hey, well, trauma victims, they don't act so composed. Like they literally, you can just see it in their eyes that they're still traumatized by what happened to them. Like they're reliving every moment. Amber was just kind of regurgitating the same type of stuff over and over. It just didn't seem emotional at all. But then she would say, but this is so emotional, I'm reliving it. It's like it just never matched. Nothing matched. Johnny was like very even keeled the entire time. Or, you know, disgruntled at moments, thinking back to like his own abuse, but Amber was just kind of all over the place.
That was the thing I think I heard people say, is like they didn't believe Amber to be sincere, like giving her testimonies and just recalling things and everything like that. Just again, I didn't sit around and watch the whole trial, but
so long.
A lot of really good memes came out of it.
Yes.
Oh my
gosh. What was your favorite?
Also,
well, the stung by a bee. My dog got stung by a bee. Did you see that?
Oh yeah.
So there was the TikTok that went viral. My dog got stung by a bee, and then everyone like just rhymed off of that. And then there's that one that got sent to me. It was like a picture of him from Pirates of the Caribbean and her on top, and it was like, I got stung by a bee, and then it was like him as Jack Sparrow, and it said, and you owe $1 million to me. Or 10 million to me. You owe 10 million to me. Just so many. Oh my gosh, there's just so many. Yeah. I don't know. But then at the same time, I have this heart of me where I'm like, you know, it's still just. It just sucks. It sucks still. I mean, for her as a person, whatever she is, even if she's a liar, even if she's kind of crazy, this will be what she's known for the rest of her life.
Oh, yes.
Oh, it's super
That
sucks.
is sad, you know, and like that still sucks, and I think that's going to cause this person even more psychological issues and damages, and that doesn't mean what she didn't do was wrong or anything like that. It's just like the more and more I see this kind of stuff, the more I'm kind of happy. I'm like, I don't want to be. We can all look at these figures and be like, man, it'd be cool to have all that money and the fame, but like, really, do their lives look like they're that easy? Because when I see something like this, it doesn't look like that's
pretty lonely.
It's probably pretty awful, honestly. Sounded pretty awful from the trial.
Yeah.
So.
And the problem is too, it's like delusional people. I'm not saying she is fully delusional. In fact, I will say, having been stuck watching the trial for many hours, some of her things did feel believable, and then I kept coming to the conclusion, I'm like, she might actually very much believe this. I don't necessarily believe that she is a liar. That's the problem. It's like, I think people are definitely swinging one way or the other. It's like, no, Johnny Depp is screwed up. Amber Heard is screwed up. In her case, I'm talking about that she probably is just delusional. She believes her story probably 100%.
I've heard people say that too. And yeah, like if you're,
so
she believes she's
right.
taught it to herself sometimes in her head, or if whatever is true or isn't true, she believes is all true.
Right. So now it's like, I mean, what if she comes to the conclusion someday that what she said wasn't right. It's like, how does she trust herself? It's like, it just seems like there's so many factors. It's not black and white.
No.
I mean, I don't know if you guys watched, but I watched when Johnny was on the stand and they read back his texts. Did you guys hear that at all?
Which one?
Oh, you didn't?
I don't think so.
There was some supposed texts. He claimed those were not true. He used some very vulgar, demeaning terms about her and claimed all sorts of things. He said those weren't true. But then there was this other one he did fess up to, which I thought was pretty bold.
No, I think I saw this part. I think I know what you're talking about.
Really, but it's also really bad. And you're like, okay. Like,
no,
he basically
I know
was
what
like,
you're talking about.
he didn't say I wanted her to die, but he said as close as you can basically get to
I know what
it.
you're talking about. Yeah.
Still very vulgar terminology in there. And he fessed up. He was like, that was me. I'm like, okay. We have two very unhealthy individuals.
Definitely.
One of them has a greater truth to reality.
Mm-hmm.
That's all this was. That's all the jury was trying to do, trying to prove that. And, Johnny, quote, won, but it doesn't really mean that he won in life. He's got a lot to worry about. But he is the more likable person, and he is the person that probably is more in touch with reality. However, if any of you watched some of the testimonies from Amber's side, like her people that talked on her behalf, they were definitely claiming that he was on, just crazy amounts of alcohol and drugs all at the same time for several years. It's like, we will never know the truth.
Right.
So, it's just interesting how this all played out. And definitely the witnesses were probably my favorite part. Like, the one in particular that you guys did not see. So, my favorites is the TMZ guy. They got him near the end of the trial. This young guy. And he said that he was working for TMZ during the time when Amber was filmed and caught at the courthouse, like, with her black eye or whatever, filing for a restraining order, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, I did not get the tip, because we get called in tips, he said. He's like, I wasn't the person to receive the tip that she was going to be at the courthouse. Probably was one of my bosses. But he said the fact that she was only photographed on, like, certain sides of her face, like, it clearly was a staged thing. And then he gave some other facts in there, too, that I'm leaving out, because there's just so much, but he made it pretty clear that something is fishy, for sure. But the best part was her cross-examining lawyer. I forget her name. You guys would all know her because she was quite familiar. But she, at one point, she's asking him all these pointed questions. And she's like, did you just come here today for your 15 minutes of fame? And he's like, no. He's like, but I could say the same thing about you being Amber Heard's lawyer.
Oh, my God.
And those memes and those videos came out of that, and like she literally like was stunned and shocked, and it was just hilarious.
I'd like for someone to kind of like break it down into not, you know what I mean, like do a documentary or like just a video of all of it, but like all the best moments kind of where they could be sit together.
I'm sure that'll come out eventually.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll come out. But
there were so many
good moments.
But you know what? I do gotta say, that's been one thing that's been nice to kind of. I think there's so many things going on in the world right now, and it's like, I don't know. It's good timing in a way that's been going on because it's kind of helped people to just like, I don't know, like unplug a little bit from some stuff and inflation. One of them, oh my gosh, everything's been so expensive lately. Gas being so expensive, I'm like,
just unplug from real life and watch the trial.
A little bit, yeah. Just the drama of it,
and realize that our lives are not as complicated as
sometimes
these people.
Did she ever admit to pooping in the bed?
No, she never admitted to pooping in the bed. All her friends had their same story, quote, straight, and agreed that she didn't poop in the bed. However, it seems like Johnny had a lot of valid reasoning too, so we will never know.
Again, we will never know.
What do we think about this Pinot Noir that's almost gone?
Ooh, it's stellar.
You like it?
Yeah, I was telling TJ it almost reminds me, I think it's just the hazelnut. I think that it kind of has some notes almost of coffee, even though it doesn't mention that. But the strawberry is very predominant. We're also eating strawberries, so it's really nice. It's just very
this one's from Santa Rita Hills, which is out of the Santa Barbara region.
I really enjoy this.
And it is a lovely Pinot Noir.
Yeah.
For
$9.99. Trader Joe's. It's one of our favorites right now, for sure, on the red side.
Yeah.
So check it out. We'll post a picture, as always.
Yeah.
And yeah, we went to Sip Tennessee with Megan yesterday too.
We did. That was a blast.
So over 15 wineries and meaderies there,
Got to
and
try a lot of Tennessee wines.
yes,
A lot of them were sweet, but
there were a lot of sweet ones.
There were
but
some that were off dry and dry as
Yep.
well. Got some Chamberson, some
Amber
stuff like
Falls was one of our favorites.
that. Yes, Amber Falls. We got some cheeses from Wisconsin.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
that's incredible.
Yeah,
Some Wisconsin
8-year
cheese.
cheddar. We got some cheese curds.
Yes.
Feeling that. But
Yeah. Apparently, we had never had cheddar in our life.
I know,
After
that's what it felt like.
Trying an
Oh, it
8-year
was so
cheddar.
good.
It was amazing, and I talked to other people that were there, and they said that they talked to the people about the cheese, and this couple literally just, they keep all this in their basement.
That's amazing.
Really?
Yeah. But, I mean, it was like some of the best cheese I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Easily.
Yeah. But,
Yeah. It was
Good times.
It was fun. The weather was beautiful.
yes.
Perfect day for it.
But
So,
good times. We've had a long week. Very exhausted.
yep.
Amen to that.
Check out this Pinot Noir from Trader Joe's.
Yeah, and let us know what you think about the
Yep.
Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
Thanks, Megan, for giving us the
Yeah,
lowdown
man.
on the rest of the trial.
It's been fun.
COVID couldn't have come at a perfect time for you.
Yep. Exactly.
I guess.
Sometimes you don't have
All right. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers, man. Cheers.
Cheers.